So a lot of you will be thinking, what on earth is Many Lemon? If you want to hear a story, I've got a story for you. It's all about body resonance. Why is body resonance important? Because if you add an instrument to it, an air column, being a wind instrument, if you add that onto a tight constricted body, it's going to be a tight and constricted sound. If you open up the resonance in your body, you are going to get a big open resonance sound. Now, I won't waste your time, or maybe I'll do a different podcast, but the extraordinary developments I've seen in players in sometimes in the lesson and other times over a week or a day or a month, getting them to open up the resonance in your body. Now, if you do not know what the 1% rule is, you haven't been paying attention. The 1% rule. If I was talking to you like this, it's harder to do and doesn't sound very good. And if I talk to you like this, I'm doing far less work and it sounds a lot better. So the whole concept of the 1% rule is 1% less work. Can I let go of something in the neck, chest, throat, wherever? Relax something. Let go of something. 1% to get 1% more sound out of the body. Therefore, it's easier and sounds better. I like that concept. I'm lazy. Less work, better sound. So in talking to a friend of mine and great trumpet player, Laura Hertag, she's in a group called Shrewd Brass that we were touring around Australia doing schools shows. Great fun, great program. And we're talking about body resonance over a couple of lemonades one night. And I'm just telling her the concept. I don't even know if it was called the 1% rule there. And her sister comes back, excuse me, with another lemonade and it had lots of lemons in it. And I don't know whether you guys have seen The Party, Peter Sellers, the opening of The Party. Just Google it. Peter Sellers opening The Party, and he plays bugle. Hilarious. And it's probably very politically incorrect these days, but he's using an accent. And anyway, you watch it. I won't go into details. But anyway, I start talking like that, and Laura's sister comes back with this drink, and she goes, wow, there's lots of lemon. The bar person put lots of lemons in the drink. And I've just gone, Many Lemon. Now, you're not in the room here, but I probably distorted the microphone. What it's about is opening up the body, and for some reason, I just yelled because I'd had one, maybe a lemonade too many, and I was quite loud. And everyone in the surrounding suburbs heard me go, Many Lemon. It was loud and it was easy. But it was to make a point that you can really open up your system. And so when you carry that onto your playing and don't shut the body down when you grab your instrument and go tighten up to play, that resonance goes. And so a couple of days we're walking around and just the occasional Many Lemon would be used. In fact, we were in Hong Kong not long after that, and we tested the acoustics of each room by getting up on stage and opening up with the biggest, richest, loudest Many Lemon we can, and you hear it reverberate around these concert halls. It's awesome. So a couple of days later, after we're talking about it, we've started playing the Stanhope Fanfare, which is by an Australian composer, and I hear Laura just launch into the opening of this piece. It sounded unbelievable. And I've looked across and she's looked back with this look of absolute shock on her face and mouthed the words, Many Lemon, Many Lemon. And I tried not to laugh for the rest of the concert. You could hear it. Her sound opened up from opening up the body's resonance. So if you close your eyes, take the body's concert hall breath, feel that openness, and don't compromise that when you're playing. You can change the lips, you can change the tongue without going into this. And we want to play like this. So Many Lemon, it's a bit... I had a ball, actually. I presented Dispelling Brass Playing Myths at the Midwest Clinic in Chicago in 2016. And I had the entire... In fact, I've got video of it. I might try and find it. I got the entire audience to yell Many Lemon. 2, 3. Many Lemon! And the funny thing is, to try and get the point across where you can do it passively with no abdominal contraction, I know a lot of them would have gone like this and tried to yell Many Lemon as opposed to Many Lemon. And again, my neighbours will be thinking I'm mad. But if you learn to do it, and I'm talking top line players, I've heard changes into the point where one of them, who doing a PhD at North Texas State University, after a week of lessons and then a month of her singing, the first lesson was Mau. At the end of the week, it was Mau. After a month was Mau. And I'm saying to her, where did you find that? Where did you get that sound? How did you learn that? How did you open that up? And she's gone, I've just been working on it, practicing it. And then she played, and I sat there watching my Skype going, I need to sound like that. She sounded incredible. And it was extraordinary. So even though Many Lemon sounds a bit strange, if you put it into practice, you will get benefits from your playing. Doesn't matter whether it's Many Lemon or yelling at your brother or sister or wife or husband or whatever. Yelling isn't straining the throat. Well, it is, unfortunately. You strain the throat and overexert the abdominal muscles. However, there's an easier way. Fancy that. What a common problem. Pushing the air, tightening the vibrating bit. I want the lips to interact with the air as if they're the vocal cords. If you're straining when you're yelling, then you know what you're going to do when you're playing. It reminded me of something just then. I had a student who was a plumber, and he'd turn up and go, "G'day, Greg, how you going, mate?" What do you think I had to work on for a couple of months to get him to open up his sound? His innate process of creating sound from his body was a contraction of the abdominal muscles, and that absolutely carries across to wind playing. So you've got to get rid of that. So whether it's Many Lemon or whatever you want to say, walk around, take a nice breath, don't strain at the top of the breath, but fill the lungs, and just see if you can let go of tension in the vocal cords. Shoulders, throat, mouth, jaw, whatever. Shut your eyes, experience the feeling, and if you're not sure whether you're activating the abdominal muscles or not, activate them, then relax them. That's just purely happening from engaging the abdominal muscles. If you learn to not overdo that, then you're going to be a better player. What are the two biggest problems with playing? Well, let's say the three biggest problems. Overblowing, forcing the air, pinching, clamping the lips, tightness in the lips, like basically strangling ourselves, and a misunderstanding of how the system works. Refine your understanding of how the system works, change your psychology, and then take that across to your playing. The point of difference. When I'm humming, walking around, and that's the thing about this whole system, the secret to Windworks is learn it out of your practice room. Listen to all the videos, listen to all the podcasts. Eyes closed. Do the little sensation development skills. Finger in mouth, humming. Refine your understanding of how the system works. Refine the feeling of it, and then try and play like it. And if you can't, there's your point of difference. Work on it. Come back tomorrow. You understand the system. Logic says you know it works, so make it work. And it's going to mean that you've got to do something different. And how do you make a change in your playing? You've got to do something different. How do you make the body do something different? The brain has to give it different instructions. Excuse me. Why would you train the brain to give the body different instructions? Because you want a better outcome. It's really logical. So then the way that the whole course is set up is to go through and you wait for the ultimate level. I'm working on it as we speak. It's step by step. Where are you having problems? Where does many lemon turn into, oh goodness, I'm choking? Where does it happen? It's going to happen somewhere. So the whole course steps up, semitone by semitone by semitone, monitoring, looking for negative tension, process of elimination, trial and error, experimentation. That's practice, not sitting down and just playing the instrument the same way. You can do that, but you're limiting your potential. Think about it differently and you'll get better results. So that is Many Lemon. I hope it makes sense. You'll probably just cancel and leave now because you'll think I'm mad. Perhaps I am, but that's okay because I know it works. Enjoy Many Lemon! Have a good day.